Right, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you happen to be. My name is Paul, I'm also Good Knick-Knack. I'm the brains behind Knick-Knack's Old Peculiar, the world's most incredibly repetitive blog. I'm also the man behind Knick-Knack's Daily Teaser, which are a set of hopefully fun and enjoyable daily brain teaser quizzes. You guessed that anyhow. You will be able to see links to both the teasers and anything else I do in the little eye in the corner there. I talk about movies I've seen. I occasionally watch a TV play. I saw the slightly scurrilously named The Year of the Sex Olympics just recently. Go watch my review. Go see the thing. Let me know what you thought by leaving me a comment there. You can do that just as easily when you see my stuff go past. If you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube. You can do the same with the blog as well if you're watching or reading that in whatever your preferred default browser happens to be. At any rate, I write quizzes, I watch movies, I watch TV plays, I watch TV shows. Tonight is the 30th of May, it's Tuesday, you knew that. And last night, Monday the 29th, is when I sat down in front of my TV and watched the first episode of the new series of The Mandalorian. I wanted to tell you what I thought. This is, quite literally and after all, the way. Episode 1 of Series 3 of The Mandalorian is also known as Chapter 17 and called The Apostate, and it opens with a brief summary of the show's second season. It reminds us that Din Djarin, Pedro Pascal, the main Mandalorian of the show's title, is now considered an apostate by his fellow Mandalorians. Post-summary, the scene shifts to show us a youngster being inducted into the Mandalorian way by the armourer, Emily Swallow, and helped by the Mandalorian himself when the ceremony is interrupted by a rather large and crocodile-like sea creature. In the wake of this, the Mandalorian meets once more with the armourer, who confirms that yes, he is still considered an exile from his people. He, at one point in the last season, took his helmet off. However, Djarin reminds the armourer that he can redeem himself if he can bathe in the living waters under the mines of Mandalore. The problem there, as the armourer points out, is that the mines have been destroyed. But, as Djarin asks and reminds her, if he goes there and comes back with evidence of what he's done, his exile could be lifted. As the armourer herself says, this is the way. Now, what did I make of this episode? What am I thinking, feeling, what have you? First things first. One thing I've loved about The Mandalorian. Loved is maybe too strong a word. Appreciated about The Mandalorian over the past couple of years is its simple brevity. The older I get, the less patient I get with long dramas that mean you have to sit down and go numb for a long time. Just as an example, The Mandalorian second series averaged out at some 40 very well-paced minutes per episode. At a guess, that's maybe 10 minutes shorter than an episode of Star Trek Picard, especially its third season, and a lot shorter than some episodes of Stranger Things. Season 4 in particular, the episodes could go on for bloody hours. You'd have a numb rear by the end of an episode of Series 4. As wonderfully well made as it was, maybe a few more small, shorter episodes would have been appreciated. By contrast, this first episode of The Mandalorian came in at just over 36 minutes and told a lot of story in that time, as well as introducing a few new characters, including a pirate called Vane and his boss, the Pirate King, called Dorian Shard. A big green thing with glowing red eyes, I should add. He's very menacing looking. And I could be easily wrong here, but I get the impression these two could well be recurring for a few episodes as well. I hope so. Shard looks like a truly menacing old-school sci-fi villain, and Vane truly does look rather worryingly disturbing. It also sets up a couple of plot threads. Darren's thread for redemption, a possible defense of Navarro, his adopted home, and whatever the Mandalorian leader, Bo-Katan Kryze, Katie Sackhoff, has got planned. Frankly, Series 3 looks like it's going to be good. Now, as a last thought, I'm recording this on Thursday the 30th of May 2023 and will be releasing it on Tuesday the 30th of May, having watched the actual episode last night on the 29th. I will be watching the next episode, The Mines of Mandalore, next week on Monday the 5th of June, and I will have my written and video reviews up by the 6th. Feel free to head over to my blog to put that into your RSS feed. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the like button and hit the notification bell. And if you're feeling really generous, you can feel free to put some cash in my tip jar. It does cost money to run this channel. If you're following the daily teasers, please feel free to keep following. But if you're not, I'll see you next week. That is the way.